What was Detente? SALT 1 and 2. Following World War II, there was a Cold War between the US and the USSR. Instead of directly fighting, the two nations competed against each other for better weapons and space exploration and more. One of their competitions, the arms race, was to build the largest and most powerful bombs. The US already had a lead on the atomic bomb and had demonstrated its power at the end of World War II on Japan. But by 1969, the US and the USSR were about equal nuclear capabilities, ensuring the threat of mutual destruction. This meant that both nations had enough nuclear power to destroy each other completely if a war was to occur. Moving along to détente. Détente. Originating from the French word détente, meaning loosening or relaxing, détente is the easing of hostility or strained relations, especially between countries. SALT 1, or Strategic Arms Limitation Talk 1, was signed on May 26, 1972, by U.S. President Richard Nixon and Soviet President Leonid Brezhnev after 2.5 years of negotiation. This agreement limited the number of missiles either country could build. Some of these missiles included intercontinental ballistic missiles, sub-launched ballistic missiles, and anti-ballistic missile sites. Formal SALT talks first began in Helsinki, Finland, in 1969, soon after Richard Nixon entered office. SALT 2. Negotiations for SALT 2 started in late 1972. The official treaty was signed on June 18th in 1979. This second set of negotiations mainly focused on other ways to enlarge a country's forces that were not addressed in SALT 1. A basic framework of the SALT 2 agreement reached a compromise in November of 1974 by Ford and Brezhnev at the Vladivostok summit. In 1979, President Jimmy Carter and the General Secretary of the Soviet Union, Leonid Brezhnev, signed the SALT 2 treaty in Vienna, Austria. After the Soviets' invasion on Afghanistan on December 25, 1979, the Senate decided not to ratify SALT 2 at multiple senators and President Carter's request. Both SALT 1 and SALT 2 have affected the force structures of the superpowers. Both sides have planned within the SALT ceilings and probably would have deployed more weapons without the agreements. SALT 2 was upheld on both sides, despite never being ratified by the U.S. Senate, and SALT 1 was also still upheld, even after its expiration date. SALT 1 and SALT 2 not only helped create restrictions to the arms race, but also paved the way for other discussions about nuclear weapon limitations in the future. One example of a SALT 1 inspired discussion is the Washington Summit of 1973, which occurred a year after SALT 1 was signed, where the Cold War superpowers met to discuss issues regarding oceanography, transportation, agricultural research, cultural exchange, and nuclear disarmament. Overall, SALT 1 and 2 played a large role in establishing numerical equality between the US and the USSR in terms of nuclear forces and was a crowning achievement of the strategy of détente. Thank you.